this was something which was totally out of blue. And when you see the, the scorecard, or rather the batting order of Gujarat Titans, you feel without Pandya, they look clueless.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Straight Bat with Mr. Cricket Anis Sarjan. It's been a wonderful day today in the IPL matches, the doubleheader, and as usual, the second game between Chennai Super Kings and Gujarat Titans going to the edge, literally to the wire. And here we have our weekly roundup where all the 10 fans of the franchisees will be available to talk about their team's progress so far, the pros, the cons, and everything. But before that, we go straight to Mr. Anis Sarjan. And Anis, tell me, what was your thought? Like, did you ever think that Gujarat will pull off such a victory after being down so badly, like almost 5 down for under 187 or something like that?
Hi, Satish, and hello to all the lovely fans of different franchises, and hello to all the beautiful people of Gulf News. Honestly, I did not. To be very honest, I had even written down about the 9 matches which has happened. I had written CSK had a good week. They won 2. Now I had to scribble and make it 1 and give Gujarat Titans instead of 1 loss, 2 losses, 1. So this was something which was totally out of blue. And when you see the, the scorecard, or rather the batting order of Gujarat Titans, you feel without Pandya, they look clueless. And
Correct.
Then suddenly that over of Jordan changed the whole game. And of course, you have to give it to Miller. He brought a little bit of life. And after that, CSK have themselves to blame.
Yeah. Now I'll go to the probably the happiest fan for the day, Akash Patel. Akash, even though you must have been a Gujarat fan, did you ever think that you guys will end up winning after losing a couple of wickets early on?
No. So the today's win was completely unexpected. After the first 3 wickets, even I had given off. I switched off the TV and I thought, now we are not going to win. But David Miller was excellent. He pulled it off like a true hero. So he was a man for today. And obviously Rashid Khan, that 1 over of Chris Jordan was, it was fantastic that he had done. So I think so as I said earlier, the middle order is quite strong of Gujarat Titans. With Hardik Pandya, even he was missing today. The overall middle order is still strong. And the only problem with the Gujarat team is the top order. And they still need to work out. I thought Ridhwan Saha could pull it off today, but even he was not up to the mark. But I hope that in the coming games, Saha could show from his side and we could pull it off. But overall, it was a team performance, and I think the team needs to work on the top order. And that's the main thing that, Gujarat Titans need to do.
I know there is a very upset fan, Arjan. Is Arjan there?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear your voice. What happened, Arjan?
It's a bit of a blunder. We could have easily won. We already had the match in our hands. We gave it away.
How?
Rashid Khan, 40 of 21, was spectacular. And David Miller's 94 really helped Gujarat Titans. But I think playing holder in the last over was probably the biggest mistake of them all. Jadeja was still available. He could have... Jordan. Jadeja was still available. He could have picked himself. But it was clear that it wasn't Jadeja that was doing the picking of the ballers, was it? It was Dhoni.
Obviously, it will be because he knows. But I think Jordan is not a bad bet, isn't it? Because he has done so many times in the international cricket. But yeah, what do you think? Hello, can you hear me? Arjan, Jordan is not a bad pick, isn't it? Because it's only third.
True. But if you think about it this way, if you give away so many runs in such little time, in key moments of a match, where The game's in your hands. All you need to do is calm down the run rate. You can't slip away an over or two of absolute terror.
Okay, coming back to Anis Bhai. Anis Bhai, where do you think the match turned? Like, is it that Rashid Khan's over, or do you think it was the wicket had the wicket nature of the wicket is that you have to take time to get settled in and then score your runs. So what exactly was the key moment in your opinion?
Well, honestly, Gujarat were never in the chase. They were down and out. Even after 13 overs, they required 12, 13 runs. But there was one moment in the match when Miller hit a ball and Shivam Dubey was found wanting. I don't know what was he doing. I mean,
Correct.
It was a catch which was not a difficult one. Now we can
Yeah.
say that you cannot blame Dubey for it, that because of that moment. But small moments make a difference. Had he taken that catch, the game would have been dead and buried there itself. So sometimes you have to ensure that you finish the game and don't take it lightly. And for goodness sake, Dubai was just waiting for Christmas, I guess. He said that, let me just wait for the balls, and it's as they say, in a one drop catch. He thought it's out. And
no,
then
but
eventually,
I thought he lost the match ball somewhere in the crowd. Sometimes it happens, isn't it?
now you can say that if I am a captain of CSK, and I could see Jadeja showing his frustration.
Correct.
He did not even attempt it. Let's not give excuses about not sighting the ball. I mean, you're playing international, then better wear glasses and stand on the field if you have the excuse of that.
Okay,
This has
Anis,
cost them the game.
Yeah, but I also wanted to ask you another important question. There were two moments where two outs were given and both were ended up as not outs. And those two balls, there was a 4 and there was a single. And that could have got CSK 5 runs if the umpire had not made that mistake. But do you think the law needs to be revisited? Because the
So
leg
once
by
the
was
umpire gives out, it's a dead ball. So
yeah, but
I don't see that if it's not out, you give the 4. Now it's on hindsight, as emotional fans, we can talk about it. But to be very honest, I don't think this is going to change.
No, but that's exactly like from Chennai fans' point of view, I'm asking this question.
They still would
5
have
runs.
lost. In this situation where the match reached, Miller would have finished the game.
Possible, but still a 5 runs addition would have put more pressure on the batting team second, isn't it?
Probably. Jordan would have bowled one more no ball.
That's true. Okay, now coming to the first game of the day, the Sunrisers fan Varun, you must be really happy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
now
yeah,
3 victories on the trot.
it's actually 4 now. After this,
Four.
it's actually 4. So, I mean, after, coming back from 2 losses, it's good to see, 4 wins in a row. Gaining the momentum is always important. And, taking back to last year, we only had 3 wins in the whole season. Now we got 4 in a row. So that's something special. But again, people say, we're the 140, 150 kind of team. And, we never used to have that middle order. Our top order always used to perform like the overseas stars. Now, the middle order is rising to the occasion. Finally, we're seeing some kind of, lightening up in the middle order. Markram, Rahul Tripathi, he's literally a dash. You could see that against Gujarat Titans, against Chennai, against Kolkata. He's absolutely a dasher. And then Adam Markram, whenever Kane gets out early, right, you need someone to stabilize the innings to play the Kane Williamson role. And that's what Adam Markram provides us. He goes slow first on, and then starts to accelerate slowly. This SRH kind of strategy is looking like the New Zealand board strategy. Even if I saw in the World Cup, first they play slow in the power play, like 5 or 6 run rate, and then start to increase it from there. So it's looking good so far. The formula is working for us, and hopefully we can just continue the momentum.
And coming to Anmol Verma, Punjab losing too many wickets early. What is happening with Punjab's batting, Anmol? Is Anmol there?
Yeah.
It is again a really mixed up week for Punjab, because they win one, they lose one, and they are really messing up with the batting. The batting was the strength of Punjab Kings. As we see, Shikhar Dhawan, Mayank Agarwal, everyone Liam Livingstone based throw, but none of them is performing except Liam Livingstone. In the last match against Mumbai, Dhawan and Mike anchored the innings, and that led to a good score and a good win against the Mumbai Indians. But in this time, it was easy 170 or 180 score. But that Umran Malik's last over really impressed all of the Indian fans, really impressed us. And he got 4 wickets and a maiden over. That changed the game and cost us the 2 points also.
Okay, now the next big talk should be around Mumbai Indians. Naresh, do you think Mumbai will come back from here?
Come back in the sense, if you talk about playoffs, let's be realistic, no. Get some wins, that's the need of the hour. That's the need to boost the morale of the players, currently the entire team together. And for that, Rohit Sharma has to get the tactics right. There are some tactics on the field, and there are some decisions made of the playing 11 that have really been very surprising. He's taken 2 overseas in a game, then followed with 3, and then he's back to 4. Tim David playing only 2 games. Yes, the replacement of Tim David was Brevis. He also struggled in the first 2, but then we have seen what he can do. So, a youngster getting that opportunity. But the thing is about who is Bumrah's partner and who is going to help Bumrah contain the opposition. Because of which Bumrah is not starting the inning with the bowling spell, and that is something that needs to be corrected right away. Your best bowler needs to start the spell of the inning. So these are small things, but the biggest concern now that has cropped up is Rohit and Ishant together not scoring. So that is another thing that quickly needs to be fixed. I think 3, 4, 5 look very good. Pollard, the finisher, has got the opportunities but has not done it.
He has not been performing since last season, isn't it? Not much. He does it one game and maybe another 4, 5 games he doesn't perform. I think should Mumbai looked at somebody other than Pollard in the auction?
Well, he was one of the retained players, and I would back the 4 retention. All the 4 that were retained, I think they were correct. And the teams that have retained 4, definitely they had more choice to choose from. So it's a very difficult decision they have made. Both Chennai and Mumbai retained 4 each. This means they had many more they wanted, but the rule does not permit. So from the retention, I think they were not wrong. But yeah, last year also, I think the only highlight last year was that win against CSK only in Delhi, when we moved out of Chennai where we were struggling. But that aside, I think Pollard also needs to step up because he's actually the senior most in the franchise. He's come into the team much before Rohit Sharma has. So that's one of the reasons of his retention also. So it's time he needs to step up. Other thing about Rohit Sharma is Pollard played one game as a 6th bowler, bowled 4 overs, one game as a 5th bowler, bowled 4 overs, and then he hasn't bowled. He needs to get that act together. He wants to use Pollard, he wants to use Tilak Verma, utilize them as 6 bowlers so that if you feel there is a main bowler going for runs, which is happening in every game, one bowler goes away for 20 plus, that gets well covered up. So I think these tactics need to be well put in place, and Bumrah needs to start up front, and Ishan and Rohit have to step up in the top.
Okay, there seems to be a lot of tactical errors from
lot of things, yeah. Going back to the drawing board, basically, it's a good gap they have, 4 days gap. They're playing CSK next, who morally should also be upset today. So, it's like both the even teams are meeting each other on Thursday.
Okay, now another positive team that, we have spoken about a few misses like MI, but the other positive factor could be Royal Challengers Bangalore. Sanjay, what is your feeling? Are you guys now thinking realistically that you will end the duck of the trophy, or what is your thought?
Seems everyone is laughing if you tell the trophy. That seems. And when you take this full failure for our top order batsmen, no one scored, no Faf, no no unnurtured, no Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli got the same fashion when he was honored against the last game. The same run out. Maxwell didn't call, so he ran himself and he. So somewhere, the way Maxwell was playing, I thought he might get around some 65 to 70 runs. 7 overs or 8 overs, we were 48 for 3, and he takes us directly to 9 overs. He takes us to. So later on, yes, he gave away his wicket playing that shot again. At that time, I just thought wherever you see Lalit Yadav, run out is Lalit Yadav, then the catch taken is again Lalit Yadav. DK is when DK came in, he was having a lot of pressure because even Suyash couldn't perform because it was his second match, so that made him play that silly shot. But DK, when he started, we all thought like why is he starting slowly? This is the first time we saw him starting slow in the season. Like 11 balls, he scored somewhere around 5 runs, and I don't know what made him change. The equation just changed from 50 strike rate. He just took the match to 200. Like 34 balls, 66 runs, and that 18th over of Mustafizur Rahman getting 28 runs, that actually changed the whole scenario. When I was at some particular point of time, I was like, no, RCB might not score 140 or 150 also, because the way they are playing, it's something like it's we are going to lose the match. But after seeing DK's innings, I was something happy. And as Anish said told last match, yes, Siraj is back for just one match, but we can't rely on him. We can't rely on Siraj because next week we don't know whether he'll leak, he'll take wickets. But yes, Josh Hazlewood, I'm very happy for Josh Hazlewood. He has made his comeback now quite amazingly. And Hasaranga has been leaking runs. That's his major concern. He has to look for his economy, and then we are set, I guess.
Very good. So now there are about 3 or 4 teams who have showed a lot of promise. Anish bhai, you think Delhi, Rajasthan, Kolkata, are they losing their way? Like after some positive start. After speaking to you, I'll go to the fans after that.
Yeah, Satish, to be very honest, Delhi on paper looks to me at least the strongest side on paper. But when you see them, the way they gifted away the game, I would not say gifted. Whenever a new batsman comes, he finds it difficult. Like we saw Saha finding it difficult. We saw Warner finding it difficult. Mitchell Marsh was one of the case who probably batted 20% of the overs, 24 balls for 14, and that cost the game. So sometimes I feel the coach should probably understand, because you're chasing 190, which is almost 9.5 overs. You can pull him back and say, boss, it's fine, you're not having a day, because now that retired Hurt thing has been taken into account. You could have called him back. And when you talk about the other teams, you said about
Rajasthan and Kolkata.
Rajasthan
also.
Royals. I have to blame only one person, that is Sanju Samson. I mean, I feel sorry.
You agree to me now, at least finally.
No, I've always agreed that, no, I have always said Sanju Samson is a player who flatters deceive. Time and again, he does that. And his decisions really keep baffling me. And in the last match, again, we all know what blunder is. Ashwin to come at 1 down. I mean, I have nothing to say. I mean, if we go on, it will be an hour's discussion. So I only say, okay, good luck to RCB. And just want to talk quickly about Punjab. RR. One point about Punjab before I give it to the fans. Today in the 15th over, there was a game-defining moment. It actually happened. Shah Rukh Khan did not go for that second run. And then he probably played for 3 or 4 balls. And after that, Livingstone batted 3 balls in the last 4 overs. Can you imagine a player who's well set? And that is called brain freeze. I don't know what happens with the management or the players, that they just send players. They don't tell him that give a single to the guy who's set. But everybody wants to play the glory shot. But that's what this is, a margin of thin errors like Shivam Dubey's catch, not going for the catch, not giving Livingstone the strike, sending Ravin Ashwin and whatnot, like Rahul last time not sending Stoinis, all basic mistakes.
True. Now let's come to Yatharth. Yatharth, what do you think, Delhi? What's happening?
I think Yatharth they're not around.
Yatharth is not around?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Then let's go to Rajasthan's Ram. Do you think Anis Bhai is justified in his comments on Sanju being the like tactical mistakes and some basic errors are being done?
No, absolutely, 100%. Because most of the games, I mean, yeah, some of the tactical decisions like taking Ashwin out, yeah, it might sound very cool, but end of the day, many decisions like holding back Yuzi Chal in that game against RCB were down. They were in deep trouble. Holding back Chahal when he was bowling so well, let DK and let Shabazz get that time to get set, and then you saw we lost the match. In the last match again, going down, sending up Ashwin one down the order. I mean, yeah, it's very nice to do all these experimental things, but the objective is to win matches. Secondly, one more problem that has always plagued Rajasthan is the inconsistency of Sanju Samson, the batsman. You start off the first match, and every season you start off the first match, second match, we win, we have good inputs, and then suddenly Sanju Samson just tapers away. And then we rely completely on two guys. This season it's Butler. I mean, it's always been Butler. This season is Butler and Hetmeyer. But our Indian contingent, the Kiwis who came in, Rasi, under Dusan, all of them have got to step up. So I think, yeah, what I said at the start of the season also was we rely very heavily on that first 11. Anybody goes out of that first 11 and then we are in trouble. So we missed Bolt very badly last match. So yeah, I think in terms of tactics, in terms of the decisions, and in terms of the playing 11, there have been some mishaps, and I don't know why. One more thing I would say, Anis Bhai, is I don't know why. I mean, I need to hear from you as well if you see the promise that Rajasthan sees in Riyan Parag, because I don't see it. It's been 4 years since he scored a half century. He's come across in newspapers saying I could be a finisher for India, but I'm like, I think first he needs to become a finisher for Rajasthan before he even thinks about that. So I don't know that I think that we've got some batter in the ranks. We've got Karun Nair who's waiting, who's not got a game yet. The only contribution he did was drop a catch and deny Yuzi a hat trick. But other than that, I think the batting needs to be consistent. Bowling wise, I think we are fine. Yuzi Chal is a dream. I can't believe we got both Yuzi and Ashwin. Ashwin's not picked up wickets, but he's mostly been economical. So we're fine on the bowling front. Bolt is great. We've got a new guy, Kuldeep, who did very well. Prasidh Krishna is bowling better right now. So bowling wise, we are fine. For the first time, Rajasthan's got a very good bowling attack. But again, it's the batting inconsistency and this tactical errors constantly that's letting us down. So yeah, hopefully we get that right. And then I think this year is one of the best years we've got in terms of the team on paper. Rajasthan's always been a weaker team on paper, but yeah, I think Samson needs to up his game. I don't know if he really wants to be in contention, both in the Indian team and in this IPL.
Great. Maz has been waiting for a long time to talk about his favorite team, the KKR. Very inconsistent, isn't it?
I mean, like you mentioned, a few teams that have taken a positive start, but somewhere lost their way. I think KKR will be one of those teams. We had a promising start. Everything was going good. But as I have mentioned earlier, we haven't played the best cricket yet. It has been a single performance, like, for example, Russell's or Pat Cummins or Umesh Yadav that has won us the games. There hasn't been a collective effort from the entire team where we have won the match. So we're sitting in the middle of the table, 3 wins, 3 losses. And one thing that I would really want to fix is our power play batting. Removal of Rahane was a good move, but I don't know if Finch is the right replacement because, as we have seen, he has been up and down throughout his last 2 years. So maybe we can try someone, a local player who could be a good addition to the top, because a not good start from the other end is putting pressure on Venkatesh Iyer.
Why not Sunil Narayan? But again, Venkatesh Iyer form is also a concern, as well as why not Sunil Narayan, who has given Kolkata some very good starts in the past when Kolkata has done well.
Yeah, exactly. That's an option. But if we don't want to gamble with Sunil Narayan, we can have a proper opener, because the form of Rahane or even Finch in the last match has somewhat affected Venkatesh Iyer's form as well, because it's putting pressure on the other established opener. And another thing would be, I think, that's one thing that I would like to fix. Otherwise, it's all going fine. And, 3 losses that we had, it's been the ex-KKR players that have been hurting us. Bangalore match, it has been Dinesh Karthik. Delhi match, Kuldeep Yadav. And the previous match, as you saw, it was Rahul Tripathi. So I just hope tomorrow Prasidh Krishna doesn't come into the party and spoils the game for us. Otherwise,
so you should have retained all these players then.
I mean, looking at Mumbai, I wouldn't say much on retention, but we have a better team. So I hope we do win the next matches and come back on track.
Good luck. Good luck to you. Shrestha. Shrestha is, must be happy with the victory and KL Rahul's batting yesterday. Shrestha, what do you think?
Yeah.
Lucknow from now, where will they go as a debutant? They have done very, very well. Do you think they still have a chance to win the title? What will you have? What will happen, the Shrestha?
Yeah, I think they very much have a chance now to win the title. As you saw yesterday's match, first of all, KL Rahul, hats off. He took good responsibility as a captain and lead it from the front. And to give a target of 200, it's a really good job. So I think the middle order should be a little bit more equipped. Like maybe Stoinis could have, as I said before, also he could have taken him to go 4, 5, or 6 down maybe, because he always tends to strike from the start, hit from the start. And,
but even the bowling, he has not bowled. He bowled 2 good overs, but somehow Rahul doesn't seem to be having the confidence in Stoinis, isn't it? Anis bhai, you can also answer it after Shrestha.
No, let's Shrestha it. Let's Shrestha.
Yeah, after that, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that, yeah. But yeah, as far as Stoinis is concerned, okay, he's trying with the ball as well. He took like few wickets in the last match, I guess 1 wicket. But as far as the bowling is concerned, Avish has been bowling really well. Last match, he took 3 wickets and gave 30 runs. So the plus point is obviously the top order for now. And I think we have to just work on the middle order, maybe the position of batters, maybe Manish Pandey and Deepak Hooda, they still have to fire. And of course, Stoinis. So maybe other than Avish, I think other bowlers have to step up. And yeah. If the middle order fires, so I think they'll pretty much be unstoppable. And we all hope for KL Rahul now, so that he plays like this and keeps winning matches for our side.
Very good. Good luck. Anis bhai, Rahul and his captaincy, that's another favorite topic for us, isn't it?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, like yesterday again, Rahul picks Stoinis, but he gave Stoinis bowled 2 good overs, but subsequently he was not given, he was not allowed to finish his spell. What's happening there?
I have no idea, to be very honest. With Rahul and his captainship, I sometimes feel, he probably has this, if you all seen the movie Gajini, he has that memory loss. So maybe things to forget about that there's a player called Stoinis. But as long as he scores the runs and wins the match, which he did it for his team, so you have to give credit to them. So we wouldn't talk much on it. But in the end, I believe it's the good captain in this tournament who fires not only with the bat and ball, but with his brains, is going to have his hands on this cup. This is my judgment.
Correct. So we are heading into another interesting week. What do you think, Anis bhai? Like will be the next week. You can take it forward. You can throw your regular questions. Of course, you can also talk about the competition that's going on.
Yeah, before I talk about the competition, like I just made a note that this week was the best for Sunrisers with 3 wins. Chennai, I'm afraid 2 - 1. I had written 2, but I have to slash it and make it 1. RCB 1 win, 1 loss. Gujarat 2 wins, rather 2 losses it could have been, but thanks to Miller and Rashid. So 2 wins, 1 loss. Punjab, as he said, they win 1, they lose 1. And Lucknow win 1 and 1 loss. So coming forward, it's a very tight group. Only Gujarat Titans probably quite ahead with 2 extra points. But in the end, I feel the team to watch out is Sunrisers, which I remember saying in my first week, they seem to be playing the old classical cricket and playing the old school cricket. It might be the whipping boys, but what is the best part about Sunrisers, which I think all of you guys will agree, that there is no big name bearing Williamson. Puran, you might say as a big name, but there are all youngsters and all are hungry to prove and give that part. So they are all delivering to the demands of Kane Williamson and the coach Tom Moody. That is why Sunrisers probably stand out. As a team, they might not look great, flamboyant, glamorous like the Delhi or the KKRs. But to me, they look the team to beat.
Very good. And each one of you can pick your winner for the next week. I think, yeah,
Arjan.
Anis bhai, you didn't speak about the competition.
Yeah, the competition, we all know that, predicting a winner like today, it was all CSK, and suddenly the game changed and it became Gujarat. Predict the winner and walk away with the wonderful jacket, rather t-shirt, track and cap, and a digital subscription of Gulf News.
Okay, let's start with Arjan, who's been are you still upset
dumb
or?
shot.
Yeah, I'm very upset.
Okay, so tell me, has anything changed? Like, who will be the winner now? Is there any change in the thought process, or what is your thoughts after this week? Who will win the title?
I think now, after a few weeks of the IPL has actually commenced, Mumbai is out of the competition, 100%. But I think the new teams are definitely going to make it to the qualifiers. If you think about it, the new teams got really, really lucky in the auctions. And maybe I could add in, I'll say KKR.
Okay.
And for the other team, for the fourth team, I would say it would probably be Rajasthan.
Okay. Now, everybody, starting with Naresh, your 4 picks for the qualifiers now.
Now 4 picks. Gujarat and RCB for sure. Punjab, Rajasthan, Lucknow, 2 of these 3 is what I feel. But I just want to add to what Anish bhai was saying on Hyderabad. You give Kane Williamson the entire season to lead, he'll take you through. He did it in 2018. He went on to play the finals. And the brains of a captain, I think Kane Williamson is very difficult to beat on that bit. So Hyderabad, the way they have made a comeback now, we'll have to see how they move ahead in the next few games. Today belonged to South Africa, to be honest. Markram and Miller, it belonged to South Africa today.
True. Correct. Yes, nice. Okay, Ram, for qualifiers.
Yeah, I think for me, the 3 which I think are assured is Gujarat, Lucknow, and RCB seem like the strong guys will definitely make it. Hope is there that Rajasthan comes into that 4th place somehow. But the competition that I see for that is Sunrisers, because as I said, they playing the old classic form of cricket. So my 4th pick would be either RR or Sunrisers, but I think Gujarat, Lucknow, and RCB seem to be short inside.
Okay, Sanjay, quickly.
My first team will be Gujarat, because based on their form, they have just lost 1 match and their net run rate seems to be good. Gujarat. And Lucknow, I would disagree, because as far as Rahul is the captain, I'm pretty sure that they're out of the tournament. So second team will be my team, RCB. And third, I might see SRH coming, because the way they're coming back is something which is surprising. They lost 2-2. Natarajan is back in form. Without Sundar also, their spinners are performing yet well. So the top order collapse, some contribution from the top order, SRH is in. The third team is a battle between
Sorry?
4th position is Rajasthan and KKR. Any one of the teams.
Okay. Okay, Anmol, your pick.
Yeah, my pick will be firstly, of course, Gujarat Titans. Second is SRH and Lucknow, and I would say that Rajasthan.
Okay, Mas.
So I'll go with Gujarat, Lucknow, KKR. I would love to say RCB, but I don't want them to win without Kohli being the captain. So I would go with SRH.
Okay.
This is pretty fun, sorry.
Now, Akash.
It's Srishant.
Sorry?
Srishant.
Srishant.
Akash is not there. Yeah.
Okay, Srishant. Sorry. No, Akash is there. Akash Patel is there, of course. Yeah. Akash.
Yeah, so my top 4 pick would be Gujarat, Hyderabad, Lucknow, and RCB.
Very good. Quick one, very fast. Okay, Shrestha.
Yeah, so my top four would be Gujarat, RCB, Lucknow, and maybe Rajasthan.
Okay, now last but not least, Varun must be waiting to talk about his team. Yeah, Varun, go for it.
I'm gonna go with the Gujarat Titans first and foremost. They look like a team to beat, first of all. Anyway, we beat them, so not a big deal. So first is Gujarat, second is Hyderabad, third is Bangalore, and fourth is Lucknow.
Great. Anis bhai, your pick.
I have to go with Sunrisers Hyderabad, Gujarat. I will still back Delhi. I don't know, once they get their act together, they will be difficult because they look strong on paper. And the fourth is a tough one, even though I want RCB, but they depend too much on their only one guy, DK, and Harshal Patel with the ball. So I'll go with Lucknow.
Okay. My pick would be Gujarat. I think other day I said that they might win the title. So Gujarat, RCB. Yes, Sunrisers are looking good, but I'm still not sure. And the fourth, I'll still go with Lucknow. Possibly, Anis bhai might not agree, but still I will go with Lucknow.
No, I also said Lucknow.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Thanks everyone for the wonderful views of you guys. Keep watching, keep following the social media channels of Gulf News, and see you next week.